having a bit of a nostalgic moment, and I'm remembering places like Captain Crab's in Miami. And Captain Crab's was a seafood restaurant like it sounds. But what they did was they would make buckets of garlic crabs, right? They'll put the lemon in there if you want. They'll put the garlic in there. It was heavy on the garlic. It was butter. It was crabs in there. And when I tell you, it was freaking fire. It was fire. It was so good. Like it was one of a kind. And it was one of those treats that you would have not often because they were kind of pricey because they were crabs. But you would have it and you were like, ooh, I must have been good in school, or mama and them must have got extra pay, but it wasn't that. It's just that now that I'm a parent, I realize that you're not gonna be feeding your kids who waste food a bunch of expensive ass seafood if you don't have to. And they'll eat McDonald's or whatever. But I was one of those little bougie kids like my daughter is, and I want the seafood. Don't give me McDonald's if you could give me Captain Crabs because that's what I prefer. So give me that. So I just remember having those nostalgic moments where my mom would be like, I want some Captain Crabs. And we would go and we would have Captain Crabs. And it would be so good, y'all. I mean, just imagine garlicky, garlic butter, and then it's just the crabs are soaked in there, and they weren't cheap either. They filled the buckets. They didn't just give you like little pieces with barely any meat. You got some juicy pieces, and they filled that bucket to the brim. You didn't need anything else but that. You needed to spread some newspaper out. You needed to spread some newspaper out so you could spread the crabs on and you could eat them, or you could just eat them in a bucket like we used to do. And we used to be sucking on those crabs, and it used to be so good. People from Miami will remember Captain Crabs. I don't know if it was other places besides Miami. I don't think it was. I think it was very local restaurant. I don't know if it was in Broward County either, but it was in Miami-Dade County, Dade County. Um, Captain Crabs. It used to be on in Carroll City on was it no, it was 20, wait, was it 183rd Street? It was Miami Gardens Drive, basically was the street, but it was so top notch excellent. They don't make restaurants like that as often anymore. They do have restaurants like that, but like that was so good to be able to pull in that drive through, even though you had to wait 20 minutes and be able to get your garlic crabs and go. Those were the good old days. I miss my mama so much.